A lot of you are going to have this epiphany and realization that a lot of the situations you're in is due to your own actions. It's basically energy being reflected back to you. For example, if you keep putting out boundaries with yourself and you cross them, you're going to encounter people that reflect that energy back to you. They're going to purposely and intentionally cross your boundaries to kind of teach you self-reflection in a way. Especially when you're in this meditative state, when you feel like you're balanced, I feel like that's when you're going to be tested the most, because there's a behavior pattern that you have that the universe is trying to get you to stand out of, or trying to get you to remove or cleanse. And this is a cycle that has been going on for some time. But I feel like if someone else is doing it to you, it would be easier for you to identify what the problem may be, because some of your focus may be thrown off. Or some of you, you're focused too much on limitations, fears. And these fears are being reflected back onto you through maybe romantic interests, partners that trigger fear in you. There's something you're being pushed to change, and this is going to be a very courageous change, because these could be habits that you've been in for years, things you've done for years. For example, someone triggers you, you go into fawn and freeze mode. You go into fight or flight mode instead of taking the situation head on. This is a lesson from the universe that is being triggered from other people around you. Every time you go out, someone crosses your boundaries, and you're like, why does this keep happening? Like, what am I doing? Why does this keep happening? And most people get triggered when you're in a state of happiness, joy, contentment. Those of you that have been overindulging, specifically self-medicating, it's not going to work the same. You're going to start to feel numb, or start to feel like the things that usually work for you are not going to. You're going to have to form new coping mechanisms. And this is also what the gift is from the universe. The universe is trying to gift you something. A new way of thinking, new belief systems, new abilities, new powers, new opportunities. But in order for that to happen, you kind of have to get rid of these things that are in your subconscious mind. Specifically with the moon, if you feel heavily drawn to the moon, or if people act erratic around you during moon cycles, it's to help push out energy that's expired. It's like old coping mechanisms and patterns are not going to work for you. And as you're elevating, you're attracting new energy, you're attracting new people. So I feel like the most attacks that you're going to get around this time is going to be through speech, through communication, people intentionally trying to trigger you, people intentionally wanting a reaction, people that want to get you out of this peaceful Zen state. But if you've not been treating yourself the best, or if you haven't been upholding boundaries with yourself, it's going to show with the people that you encounter. They're going to force you to make this judgment call. Because at the end of the day, everything, it will be balanced. There will be justice and change regardless of what you do. Some of you are going to be receiving good karma. But in order for that good karma to come in, you're going to have to progress forward. Some of you have coping mechanisms that you've had since childhood. And in order to come out of that, it's going to require other people coming in and disturbing your peace. You can expect other people to do things that are unjustified to you so that it can kind of balance this feminine and masculine trait. For example, if you're one to just keep your head down, mind your business, and in childhood you were known to let people step all over you, that energy might replicate itself during adulthood. Why? It's so that you can change. You're going to be forced to change for your betterment. And this is kind of what the divine does. They use other people as conduits to get you to change certain aspects of you that are outdated. Outdated views, ways of thinking, coping mechanisms are going to be tested. There's people that are going to want to test your limitations. They're going to test, can I make this person fearful? Can I make them scared? Can I make them not want to pursue their dreams and goals? Can I make them second guess themselves? And it depends. If you're balanced within your masculine and feminine energies, they're not going to be able to throw you off. If you're not, it may put you at a state where, it affects your happiness in a way, but that's only temporary. What I'm trying to say is, as within, so without. So if you are not treating yourself properly, you're not heeding to the signs, you're not listening to the own limitations you put on yourself, other people are going to start doing the exact same thing. Because in moments where my vibration is high and my standards is high, and I'm sticking to what I'm doing, it's like people around me can tell as well, and they treat me with respect, honor, decency. They treat me like like the teacher. They treat me as like someone who knows what they're talking about. So everything that's happening around you may be a reflection of your own actions towards yourself. This is the realization you're going to have.